Hello everyone, I'm back again with another collection, and as you guys have probably seen from my previous videos, I have been having lots of fun with the easy cuts, and so I thought that I would kind of take that and do something a little bit different, and I created these Reproduction Victorian cards. These, if you guys are familiar with a lot of the Valentine Victorian pop-out cards from the early 1900s, maybe late 1800s, like 1890, 1920, around there, they have these beautiful Victorian cards, and that's what I was inspired from when I created this. So here's just a few of my prototypes that I have done. And as you can see, I really wanted to have that dimension to these cards and all those beautiful layers that just, you know, kind of make it, kind of give it that wow factor. That's what I was going for. Well, it's what I'm always going for. But I thought, you know, with spring and summer and Mother's Day will be coming up, I thought that these would just make really pretty cards. They're super easy to put together, which I'm going to show you guys how these can be put together. You can create beautiful tags, beautiful journal pages. There's just a lot of different ways that you could go with this collection. But for these, I did pop-out cards, and so I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make these and put these together. So in the kit, and I did print all of these out, so these are the card bases that I used, but as I said, you could use these for journal pages, create beautiful covers with these if you wanted to. You could take the frames and use those in your journal pages. You could, you know, put an old photo in there, create beautiful tags. Again, these don't have to be made into cards. You could take and use these for mixed media projects. Just, there's a number of ways you could use these images. But for this, my main inspiration was to do those reproduction late 1800s, early 1900 Victorian cards. So again, these are the 5 card bases that I used in making mine. And then you would receive some of the elements, such as the frames, the main image that you would want for your card, and some of the floral and extra elements to layer your card with. So you would get 5 sheets of those. Here's some more of the main characters or images that I used in some of my cards that I did. Frames. All of these are what I used, the cherubs, the dog, so forth, to layer and build up my cards. So you'd get 5 sheets of those as well. And then I have the main images put together for you. So as you can see, you know, you could take this and you could make it into a tag. You could use it as a side pocket for your journal if you didn't want to make cards with these images. Again, there's a number of different ways in which you could incorporate these into whatever project you might be making. So that's why I did these main images for you, and you would get 5 of those as well, along with some of the additional elements, again, that you could use to layer whatever it might be that you're making. So it's a pretty big collection. This could be used as a pocket. You could make a tag. This, same thing. You could use it to layer a journal page with. And on these, I put these lines here on these images to show where you could fold them, and I'll show you how I used these particular images on my cards. So I took and I folded here, and then up here, right there, just to create that additional layer and provide support so it'd have something flat to lay down on so you could have your card standing up. So I have 2 of those, and then some tags, labels, where you could put in sentiments for your cards, or again, if you're making tags, journal pages, whatever it might be. And here's another page full of tags. You could use these for altered envelopes, for pockets for your journals. Just, there's so many things that you could do with these. So this is the new collection, and this is called Victorian Splendor. I will have the coupon code for this kit in the newsletter, so if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, you can do so by visiting my website, and on the home page at the bottom of the screen there's a subscribe button. You just click on that and then you receive 20% off, and I always have the freebies, and usually they will coordinate with the collection, so you'd find that in the newsletter as well. So let me show you how easy it is to take and put one of these cards together. And you know, you could do this with cardstock that you take and fold and use this as the front of your card and have it open and close this way. I did them like the Reproduction Victorian cards where they stand, and I'm going to put something on the back here so they will stand upright. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so I cut everything out and I grouped everything into, like, for example, I have my frames, and I have some of the elements that I'm going to, you know, add that dimension, the 3D dimension. I have that grouped here, and then the back of what I'm going to use on the cards here, and I'm ready to put everything together. So I'm going to show you guys how easy this is. So after you cut everything out, and again, I try to make it so it's really easy to fussy cut. You can be sloppy with your cutting. You know, it doesn't have to be all precise and everything, because I put these lines going around the image, which makes it very easy for you to cut around. So I wanted to emphasize that for those of you who hate fussy cutting, like I hate it, but you know, still want to make it easy, or you can use it with your brother's scan and cut. Whichever way you want to do it, I try to make it as easy as possible to have the images, you know, to where they're easy to cut out. Okay, so here I have my card bases. And again, if you don't want to make cards, these make really pretty journal covers or journal pages, whichever way you want to use these images. But I'm going to use these as the base for my card. So let's go ahead and pick one here. Let's see, let's do this one here. I think I'll use this one. Okay, so I picked out my card base, and now the next thing I want to do is pick out which image I'm going to use for my card. So I have this lady here. I have some more of my frames mixed in. I have this Victorian gentleman. I have the cherubs. I have the girl. Let's see, I think I might do her. Okay, so I'm going to use this image for my card. Now I want to figure out, you know, some frames, and I included quite a few frames that I want to use to put behind my image to kind of separate from the base of my card and give it, you know, more definition. So I think I'm going to use a lighter color frame. Use like this one, and then let's do maybe like something like this, and then like this. And I can even, I mean, you don't have to do this many layers, but I find the more layers, the prettier it is. I could use some paper doilies to put behind some of your layers as well. The next thing I want to do is I have some of these foam squares, and I just got these from the dollar store. And I'm going to start building up my layers. So one of the things I want to keep in mind before I adhere everything down with my foam squares is I want to have this card like I did this one here, where it folds at the bottom so it would stand upright and have some support down here. So I'm going to just kind of guesstimate where I want my fold, maybe about a quarter of the way up, and go ahead and fold that right at the bottom there. And then what I would do is I would pick one of these, I believe this one matches, and I'm going to fold this right at that line there and use this as the back support for my card base. So this would go right on the back like so. So I'm going to just go ahead and build my layers. So I'm going to just use one each of these foam squares to start with, and then I'll build up with each layer. So we start with one, and I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put this one down. And then the next one I'm going to put two, and I'm just going to build up with each layer. So I'm going to do two foam dots or foam squares with my next layer. Now, if I want to put some doilies there, whatever, I guess I could just glue those on. I don't even think these need the paper doilies. I mean, they're so pretty. This one I didn't use any paper doilies. I just used just that paper, and I kind of wanted to keep it just the paper texture because I think it gives it more of that reproduced Victorian card like they really were back in the day. So I might not use any of the paper doilies. I think I'm just going to stick with my prints and just use those. So the next layer is going to be this frame, and this one I will have to fold down because I want this to slide down under this frame a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of, so I'm going to fold it right about there. And these are very forgiving, so you know, it's nothing where you have to sit there and do a lot of measuring and figure out exactly, you know, precise measurements or anything like that. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, and I think that looks good right there. So this one I'm going to do, you could do 2 or 3 on this one as well, and I might go right in that middle section. And now I think I'm ready for my girl, and she'll have to, I'll have to fold her just a little bit, maybe right at the shoe there. I'll have to fold it up just a little bit. And I'm going to place more of my foam squares. And I'm going to just do 2. And these would make wonderful Easter cards, if I get this video done before Easter, or Mother's Day even. They'd make beautiful Mother's Day cards, birthday cards. You could do a set of them and put them in a pretty box. You could sell them. All right. Okay, I think I have my layers built up how I want them, and now I just want to add in the 3D dimension to it. So in the kit, you'll see this girl and the dog, which I already have cut out, and I'm going to place them like so. So I'm just going to continue laying down some foam squares, and I think I might just do just the one for her. Let's see, is one going to be, yeah, just one. And then I might do 2 for the dog. I think I'm going to do 2 layers, or 2 foam squares, one on top of the other for the dog. Okay, and then I can also do the flowers. And I think I'll just do 1 foam square there for the flowers. Okay, and then I think I want to add just a little bit more embellishment around this frame here. So I could use flowers, I could use some of the gold corners, like I have these gold corners here that I could use. Or I could do the corners with some of the flower corners. I have these. Actually, I like the flowers. I think I'm going to go with these. Yep. So I'm just going to add a foam square there. And these would also be fun to do if you have daughters or children that you want to sit down with and make cards. You know, this would be something they'd probably have a lot of fun making. And again, they're so easy to do. So there's those, and then let's see, I want to put a rose flower up at the top here maybe. I have the butterfly, which I think I'm going to use the butterfly in that corner there while I have it out. I think I'm just going to add these flowers behind her. And then I can add some more flowers down here on the side. Yeah, I like those right there. So I'm going to just, I think I'm going to have to do 2 foam squares. And then need the other one. Alrighty, I think that is good. I like it. So, as you can see, you can create a beautiful card very easily. So the next step that I want to do is, I have my back here all ready to go, and I'm just going to continue with the foam squares. And let's see, right about there. So there we have our card. And now it's all nice and pretty. You can display it on your counter, on the mantle, wherever. You might want it on your desk. But these make beautiful cards. And again, you could use these as, oh, can you imagine this as a journal cover? It would be so pretty. There's just so many things that you could do with this collection. So there's one card. Let's go ahead and let's make another one. Okay. I have quite a mess here. Next one, I think I'll do this one because I think as a set, these two look really cute together if you wanted to do a set of these cards and send them together. So to do that card, I'm going to pick out this card base. Okay, and then I'm going to use this frame here, and then we're going to do, we'll do this one, or I could do this one. Maybe I'll do this one. I think I kind of like the looks of that. I didn't use that in this other one, but I kind of like the look of that, so I might go with that. And then I need to pick out my image. So I have him there. I usually do the larger frame and then a smaller frame, and then I have my main image is how I layer them. So I have my card base, and then I'm going to pick the larger frame and then the smaller frame and then my main image when I layer these. So start with a few of the foam squares here. And I will want to fold this about a quarter of the way up again. So I'm going to grab both of them and place my fold. Okay. So now I have my next frame, and I'm going to do 2 foam squares on top of each other. And then I have my main image. pieces that I want to layer this with. I have the boy, and then I have the dog and the cat. I have that piece. I think I'm going to use that piece. So now that I have my pieces, I have my little dog here. And I think he is going to go next because I want the hand on top of the dog. So we'll do one little foam square, and these are wonderful that you can get these at the dollar store. So it makes it pretty affordable to make these. Okay, and then I'm going to have him going over like that. So I want to do two squares on top of each other because I want him to be higher than my dog. These are so much fun to make. They're really relaxing and just something easy. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. Okay, I think I want to do this one next, and I think this would look really cool, maybe going above the entire card. So I could either take and build up some chipboard, but you know, I'm gonna be lazy and I'm just gonna continue with the foam squares. So I think I'm gonna start with 4 on top of each other and see how high we are there. All right, let's see now where we're at. Nope. I want to go higher, higher, higher. So this is 6. Yes. So if I put that there, then I know I'm going to want to add in some blue down here. I could just maybe place that there. And then you could put a sentiment there, maybe. Or like this one even better. Cat's got to go in there. So if I did that, then yeah, cat has to go next. So I think I just need a couple for the cat because I want him to be above the boy. I have to go 3. There's the cat, and then I do like these flowers, which I think I might use those there. I think I'm going to go ahead and use these flowers. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm putting way too much thought into this, that's for sure. So I'm going to use just one foam square there, and we're going to put these like so. Go up just a little bit. On the side here, I might, let's see here. Just need one foam square because I'm not building up. I'm just adding in a layer between these. So put it right there. There we go. I like. So I'm going to, again, I'm just adding a layer, so I'm only going to put one foam square. Just going to stick it right behind like so. Okay, so for this bottom section here, because I have so much weight up here, I think I'm going to have to give a little more support down here at the bottom. So I'm going to take this white frame here and place it down like so. And then just match my folds there. And then I'm going to take these flowers just for this decorative element and place them like so. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down, and I'm going to just use one of these for now because I want to make sure this works. I'm going to place my flower down a little later. And then I'm going to use this frame for the back section because I think it'll give it that support that it needs for it to stand up. So I'm going to just fold it, I would say about 2/3 of the way. So if you run into that situation like I did, where it's just too much weight for it to support, then that is how you could support it with some cereal board or chipboard. And you have it like so. And it's nice because you can fold it up and then mail it in an envelope. And put a flower, I think, right. And I might even just take and kind of fold this up a little bit. And we can just stick it like so. And again, I'm just going to use another foam square. So you can make stunning cards, and they're wonderful because you can display them. They're pretty, and you could add in a little gift card, maybe down here or something, if you wanted to put a gift card with it. But it's just really pretty, and you know, something that someone could display and have out all year long if they wanted to. So there's that card, and it goes so cute with this other card. See how stunning those are? Now I'll go ahead and show you how I made some of the other ones so you guys know how to use all the elements in the collection. So let's go ahead and make another one. I think going back to this card, I'm going to take this and I am going to apply it right there on that back section just to kind of give it more of a decorative element. There. And you can do that with, you could print out another one of these white frames and put it on this one as well. And I think I might do that because I really like the look of that, how this sticks out. So there we go. The only thing, I have a lot of people ask me if they can sell what they make with my designs. And yes, any of my designs, you can use them and make something, whether it be a journal, cards, so long as they're not mass produced. And what I mean by mass produced, I'm talking like 100 plus, of an item that you're going to sell. Then that requires a commercial license, which you can email me about. I do not allow at any time my designs to be directly downloaded and simply printed and sold. So you can't do it in a digital form and you can't do it in a physical form. And again, if you have any questions on that, feel free to send me an email and I can, discuss a commercial license with you if you're interested. Or again, if you're just making small quantities, then you don't need a license, but you are allowed to use my designs to make cards or journals or mixed media art, whatever it might be. So I wanted to mention that because I do get a lot of people asking. Okay, so I just thought I would show you guys how you can use some of the other elements in the collection to create additional cards. So if you used this card base, and then again I usually pick a frame, a larger frame, and then I go with a smaller frame. It's usually how I start my layers. And then you can pick your main image. So I'm going to pick her, and I'm actually going to use the tag here that I was using for the back of the cards in this one to just kind of add a little more above that frame there. And then there's some flowers which I might put up in there. And then I have these pink flowers, and we could add them here or down here maybe, and maybe go something like that just for some more color. So there's one way you could do her, and then of course she would bend, so probably would want to place these up a little higher, and then this would bend right here. And then you could take, using the same card base, I think I want some of that pink showing, so I'm just going to go ahead and put her down. There she is. Okay, and then we'd have her to layer with, and then we could always add in some of this white here, and then we need some flowers. So this would go at the bottom, and then I have these flowers here which we could add in. And a butterfly, we could even do a butterfly there. And let me see, where's that other flower? And then this would layer like so. And we could add another flower there. So you could do something like that for her. Just put a little more ivory, maybe put this behind there. For this card, what I did, so we'd have this one, and then we'd place this one down, and then we have this one, and we put this behind. I want to use that. I just think it adds a lot. Okay, and then I have my main image. Okay, so here's the main image. And then we'd have the pieces that we're going to layer with. So there would be that piece. And then we have the cherubs, which that would go like so. And that. I actually put this one together because I really love this card. I even that there. Got that. Let's see, my flowers, which would go like so, and then this other cherub there, and this one there, and then we could even add in some more flower pieces here and there, maybe like up there. Maybe, I don't know, do I want these? I don't think up here, they look better up here. So we could do like so. And I think that is it. And I'm going to fold just these bottom two layers, fold them up, because I think I can create kind of an easel card with this one, with these frames there. Have it maybe stand like so. That. Now I have my main image, which is going to go up above. So we're going to do just one layer of foam squares. Actually, I might do two. I think I'm going to do two on top of each other. Okay, and then first one will be her, so I'm just going to do one. And then we have the little one here. And then I think I'm actually going to put this one above her, so I'm going to build up. So, yeah. So I'm going to do two, that one. We want this one to go above her, so two on that one as well. Okay, and then we have this piece. And I think I want that to go above the cherub here, so I'm going to do 3 foam squares. And then the flowers are going to go in here like so. So I will need 2 foam dots to go above her, but below this. I have this piece here. So I'm going to do, I only need to do just 1 foam square for right there. Yeah. So I'm just going to do 1 foam square. Put it to the side just a little bit. And then I have these flowers here. Actually, I think that piece was supposed to go there. Oh well. Let's see. Let's add it. I like it there. So I'm going to put it on that side there. And again, I'm just going to use just 1 foam square. Just stick it right there. Okay, and I think that is good. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love it. I love it. You can make some amazing tags with these as well. I mean, just some beautiful tags. Okay, so for the back and the bottom, so I had this folded up like so, and I think all we need is a piece for this back section to hold it up. So what I have is this little fold right here, and then I have this fold right there, and it creates an easel for the card. So it actually stays up pretty good just like that. Nice and simple. That one didn't even need a back. I think these turned out, I just love these. I really loved these. Okay, so there's that card. I'll show you how I did this one. So I just used the pink base, which you see right here. And then I have this frame and this frame. And then I did the main images. Okay, so for this card, we have the base, and then I'm going to do this frame, and I think I'm going to back this one behind the main frame, like so. And then I have my main image here, and what I did on this is I cut right around there. So I cut that section out, and I cut out a little section from here because I wanted some of that pink edge to show through. So that's how I did that. So he would go there, and then we have this piece, and then that piece, and we have that piece which goes there. And then I was thinking just to kind of separate the gold from the gold there, add in a little piece of this doily behind that, like so, and then maybe put this flower up here, and then have these roses on the side there, is what I am thinking. I'll place it like so. And then I have this piece. And again, I'm going to use just one layer of the foam squares. Okay, and then I have my main layer. So for this one, I think I'm going to do the same technique that I did with this one in creating this little easel so it would stand up without having to attach a back piece to it. So I'm going to fold this up right about there, just enough so this hangs down. I will have this piece coming down to provide additional support, so that should work once I get the extra pieces on there. Right there. So I'm going to do 2 of the foam squares on top of each other. This piece will just lay like so. I think I'm going to bring this up, pull this up just a little right here. So I'm going to do 2, because I'm building up, 2 of the foam squares on top of one another. And then these will go up there, so I will have to do 3 foam dots because I used 2 on this one, and because I want to go higher than that one, I have to do 3 foam squares. Oh my god, I just want to keep calling them foam dots, but foam squares. We can add, I think it just needs 1 foam square there, and then there's these flowers which come in the collection. We could just set them in like so. And then I have these red roses, which I think I'm going to put on the corner there just to give it a pop of color. So again, just 1 foam square. There we go. I think that is good. I could add in this cat even, kind of cute. Put him right there. I think he'd be cute. I'm going to go ahead and add in the cat. Oh, I need 4. go. Actually, I think I'm just going to cut it up, cut it right here. That's what we'll do. So then I can have like maybe just a little piece there, and I really want to define around these flowers a little more. Put them right there. So, let's see, I think I might cut it down a little bit. I really want the blue to show is what I'm going for. And there we go, guys. There it is. Ta-da. I took just this edge and folded that leaf down a little bit so this catches, that back piece catches on top of there to really kind of lock it in place so it stays. Okay, so going back to this card, I want to do the same thing that I did with this card in the front. Let's see, right at the bottom here. Going to place this in the front, like so. Place it right about there, and then just fold it up a little bit. So there's that one. And now I have my set of cards there. They're pretty. Just love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay, so for this next card, I'm going to use this base and this frame. So I'm going to, again, lay down my foam squares. And then I have this one. I think I'm going to cut in because I want more of this teal to show through. So I'm going to cut right along her dress. And then down through that flower there. I don't know if I'm going to do both sides. I might just do that one side. I'm not sure. I will have this going over. I don't want that white section to show, so I might put some flowers or something there to just kind of cover that white section of the frame. About there. I want to use two on top of each other. Like so. So we have our easel. I folded it up high enough. So probably right at the bottom of where that lace is. Okay, so there's this piece and it's got this line, and I did that thinking I might place it in front of the card originally. However, I might take and use it to provide extra support down here. And then I think that would work because it seems to stand up pretty good like that. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and add my layers. So you guys get to see all my mistakes. I never have any of this planned out, ever. If I had to sit there and try to perfect my videos and do all of that, I would never get a video done, ever. So I figure it's less important to be perfect and show you guys just, you know, how I do this. This would go right there. Okay, and then I'm thinking I'm going to put some flowers right there. Actually, I like these ones. Put those there, I think. So I will need 2 foam squares to build that up so it goes over the vase, or the, it's not really a vase, the pot there. Alright, and then I had a butterfly. So there's the butterfly, and then I have this larger piece, and I think that's what I'm going to place right up in front to cover up my mess that I created there. But first, I need to put this piece down so it will stay up. I have this all folded, all funky like. And there's a line there, so I'm thinking I'm just going to put a couple foam squares at the bottom of that piece right there. The base, the bottom of the base. And we'll put it right kind of at that line. There, that works. And then this will go in the front, like so. Actually, it would go that way. So I'll put my foam tape right at that bottom section there. And I'll just kind of bend that up. And there we go. There we have it. And I think I might add some flowers up here. Have these right here that I can use. Just for that added bit of color. Maybe right there. I think I like them at the corner of each one. Okay, there is this one. Oh, I just love these. I love these. I'm so thrilled with the way these all turned out. Okay, so if you guys want to take it like one step further, I'll show you. I don't know what it's going to look like because I haven't done it, but I was thinking of just taking a little bit of gold leaf and just adding little bits to the gold frame. So I'm going to try that. It's not anything you guys have to do, but I'm just gonna give it a try and see how it turns out. And then, like I said, if you guys want to do that, you can. If not, I still think that they are just beautiful just as they are, and I would love to hear what you guys think. Okay, so let's see how this will look here with some gold leaf on here. Okay, so I think I'm going to try the gold leaf on this card here, and I need to wait 30 to 60 minutes for the glue to dry. So I'm going to just go ahead and apply some glue and then be back to add the gold leaf. And I thought on this little frame section here it would look really cool. I love the way this turned out. In fact, I might add just a little more right around the edge of the frame here, but I think it just kind of gives it that aged, gilded look that I was going for. I love it. So here's that one, there's this one. Again, you know, just really subtle. I didn't want to overdo it with the gold leaf, but I think it just gives it that little added touch, you know, that aged look. And then there's this one, and this one I'm definitely going to add more, I think, around the frame here. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the glue and add a little more gold leaf and then call these done.